It's been quite some time since a solo episode. Asked for any questions to pull that up.
Side note, so that you
wow,
don't miss
you
out.
really just slipped that in there.
I did. We definitely have some life updates. Feeling something that is foreign in your body, especially there, immediately started bawling.
Came into the kitchen, immediately could tell something was wrong, and then you just started crying.
My hormones just actually turned upside down. Friends were like, what's wrong with you? And it literally just clicks in my brain. Oh my gosh, I'm literally like withdrawing.
It's just hard for your mind not to go to the worst place.
What is that? The cha-cha slide? We're gonna get funky.
Go ahead.
Funky, funky. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Come on, Ram, clap your hands.
Welcome to the Squeeze. Happy Wednesday. You have two Taylors and a Remy.
To the left.
No, we're done with that.
Take it back now.
No,
Yeah.
moving on.
That was like one fun fact. I actually refused to have that song played at our wedding.
The cha-cha slide.
Or is electric slide the same thing? What's the to the right? What's that one? Walk it back. I don't remember what it's called, but I don't know if I
You didn't want any of the traditional,
organized dancing.
you know, if anybody did that out there, I'm with you. I think that is fun.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Because you're cool.
It's exactly why.
Such a great way to get people on the dance floor that wouldn't otherwise.
I think I wasn't worried about it because I knew our entire guest list was going to be on the dance floor no matter what.
Yes.
And that was rightfully so.
Yes.
Literally walked into people like freaking doing the worm and breakdancing.
It's true.
That no one knows how to breakdance. Disclaimer.
Okay. Back to. Where are we?
The Squeeze.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we haven't been here in a while. Just the two of us and you chatting it up.
It has been quite some time since a solo episode.
I know we
Couldn't even tell you.
We did a nursing episode, but
Oh yeah, that was probably.
But we
the
haven't
last one.
just done like
Hey, squirrel. Stay focused.
She moved.
Stay focused.
We haven't done like a life update one.
No, we have not done a life update one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been a sec.
It has. Hope you guys are well. I think we should just start off with a Citrus Got Real before we dive into our...
Go right ahead.
Oh, me. Wow, I never pulled them. Oh, I normally have my laptop. That's why.
Oh yeah, you're going laptop list today.
What's your favorite number? 2.
Why is it 2?
It's just always been 2.
No reason. You were just probably a child and liked 2.
I think it's also my dad's favorite number, so it was. I probably saw it in. It was probably his number, and then in sports, he like made me number 2. Like playing soccer, I was number 2.
Oh, you. What is she digging for? She's digging.
This is why you watch on YouTube every once in a while, because our dog is digging up the ground. She's just fluffing up the carpet, probably.
Oh, look. Oh.
Yeah, she's just making it fluffy and comfy.
Oh, sweet angel.
Sweet little angel. Yeah, I think my dad just probably put me in number 2 at a very young age. So then that number just like coincidentally became mine as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
This has always been a tough question for me.
I know.
Because I've never really had one. Like I used to say my old sports jerseys numbers.
Yeah.
And
but
that
those
was
were different.
That was kind of just like they were given to me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't have now. I think I would say 11.
Cute.
But other than that, I've never like had a real number that like means anything to me until 11/11.
They're not going to be able to see that.
Okay.
He has a little tattoo on his arm.
Yep. 11/11/22. That was the day we got married.
I also have that tattoo. That was fun. You surprised me with that for my birthday.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to have like a friend or like a flower delivery show up, and it was our girlfriend that does tattoos, and I was literally not expecting it at all.
Yeah. And I didn't have any tattoos. So.
And we didn't have a plan.
Huh?
We didn't have a plan of what we wanted.
Oh,
either.
yeah. No, she just showed up and I was like, surprise, she's here. And whatever you want to get, I will get with you, which was crazy for me.
Get tatted.
Yeah.
Great. I love that. Okay. Well, I want to start off this episode, first of all, saying our favorite Too Hot to Handle couple, Emily and Cam. They welcomed their sweet little baby into the world last week. I guess not 2 weeks ago, but if you guys missed Emily's episode, she was one of our first guests on.
Really towards the beginning. Yeah.
One of the most lovely humans. We just had the best time with her. Went to lunch. It was great. But on the episode, it was the first time she had opened up and shared with us her pregnancy loss. She miscarried. She had an ectopic pregnancy, and it was just a really vulnerable, emotional episode. So it's just so precious to see her now welcome her baby into the world.
Very full circle.
Yeah, they're going to be such amazing parents. So congrats to you guys. We're very, very excited. It's so sweet.
Yes, baby looks beautiful.
Okay, so we definitely have some life updates for you guys. What if we were like, we're pregnant? We're not. Just kidding. We're not actually.
Wow. Easy
My parents are listening to this like, no, dang it. Dang it because I want a grandchildren, not dang it because I would be pregnant. Just want to clear that up.
This is how we're going to drop to our family that we're pregnant the squeeze.
Can you imagine? No, but in all seriousness, I had a few little health scares over the past couple months. Everything is okay now. I am happy and thriving. I'm definitely in a good little spot, but we had a couple little things.
I think they're great things to talk about because I feel like a lot of females will be able to relate to both of the scares that you had.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just dive into it.
To this one?
Yeah. I guess this first one, I didn't even really tell anyone about it because after it passed, once we figured out everything was okay, I didn't really feel like bringing it up again. But here I am sharing it with you guys because, I think it's a very important reminder. But a couple months ago, I was in the shower and Taylor was gone doing something. I was home alone with the dogs. And, I'm showering, washing my body, soaping myself up. And I felt this lump on my boob. And I kind of paused for a second and was like, wait, what? And then I pressed on it again and started to feel it. And there was this hard lump there.
Very noticeable.
Yeah. And I literally just stood in the shower and completely froze. I don't even know, I was literally thinking every single thought in the world.
And of course your mind goes to, the worst.
Yeah. And also just as a female, breast cancer is just talked about so much. And I have multiple friends that are dealing with it personally with a family member and feeling something that is foreign in your body, especially there, it was terrifying. And I just kind of immediately started bawling. And I, tried to get the rest of the shampoo out of my hair, get the soap off my body. And I got out of the shower and, I couldn't call, I think you were in a meeting. So I couldn't call you. I knew you weren't going to pick up, but I also didn't want to bug you with what you had going on. And I was I just need to wait till Taylor gets home. But, both the dogs actually heard me crying and they both ran into the bathroom. And, I remember I just felt I had to talk, but I couldn't call Taylor. And I was I don't really want to scare anyone because this could be nothing. So I literally just propped my phone up and just started recording myself. I haven't even showed this to you because it's really sad. But I kind of took it as a journal entry for me. I was just I don't know what this means. I'm just feeling really scared. And I know it can be nothing, but what? I was just I don't even know what to do. What
you recorded a video doing this?
Yeah, I just needed to talk.
What?
I was just like, I don't know like what my next steps are. And then, of course, Taylor got home and I told him and was just like sobbing. What was your like first thought when I told you?
Well, remember, I came into the kitchen. You were sitting at the table on your computer, and I immediately could tell something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You were just acting, I don't know, different, but sad, but not like you weren't saying much. And I just said to you, like, what's wrong? Or is everything okay? And then you just started crying. And yeah, when you told me, I was terrified.
Yeah.
Because it's just hard for your mind not to go to the worst place.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was terrified, but trying not to show you that I was terrified.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't want you any more worried than you were. So I think to you, I was probably like, yeah, I'm sure it's nothing, but let's go get it checked out.
Mm-hmm.
But meanwhile, inside, I'm just like, yeah, freaking out.
Equally as terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we basically got a hold of, I basically had to go, I couldn't go straight to this breast center. I had to go see a gynecologist, and then she had to refer me to a breast center. But then we were also, this was in the midst of a bunch of our traveling, and obviously the health stuff comes first, but it was very hard. This place had like a month-long wait, and the doctor was able to get me in next day, but then something came. It was just like there was a lot of things going on, but nevertheless I was able to get in. And it was just like, it's just like so terrifying. Like I feel like we talk about like, we talk about breast cancer and like, to do like, women to like, check their breasts, like how to make sure there's no lumps or bumps or anything. But like when that actually happens, it's literally like straight panic. What do you do? But Taylor came with me to my appointment with the doctor, and they did a little ultrasound on it. And she just basically said everything was clear. It's fine. Sometimes these things just happen. The tissue can just like move around hormonally. It can change. So.
And it can go away. It can stay like that.
It's still.
And it just like she showed us on
the ultrasound. Yeah. What it looked like.
Where it was.
Yeah.
And she's like, this happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's still there to this day. And it hasn't gone away.
Yeah. But it's weird and scary because you can only feel it going from one direction.
Yes.
So that's why like it could have been there for who knows how long.
And I think that's why I was so panicked, because I was like, when's the last time I did like this motion with soap in the shower? Why did I even do that motion in the first place? Well, who washes their body like that?
From the inside out on the breast, it was the only way you could feel it. And you could easily feel it.
Yeah.
And in like detail. But any other hand motion, you don't feel a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's so true. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like when the weather is warmer, it's kind of easier to go off of those good habits of eating healthy and taking the correct supplements, just because you're like, it's warm. I want to go out. I want to have fun. But it's really important to implement simple things into your routine, that even when you're on the go, or you're wanting to go out, you're wanting to go enjoy the warm weather, it's still easy to incorporate those into your routine. Something that I believe is so true is how much your gut and your brain, your mental health are connected. In something that is very small, simple action that I've been implementing into my life over the past few years has made such a big difference in my gut health, and that is Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. The benefits of this, there is truly so many. It's good for your gut, it's good for your skin, it's good for your heart health, digestion, so many things. But once I started implementing this product into my life every day, you just take 2 capsules daily. It has been like a night and day difference. I feel like I can actually go about my day, and I love this product so much. And if I could recommend this to everyone, I would. So if you're interested in trying Seeds DS-01, I highly, highly, highly recommend you do it. Trust your gut with Seeds DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. You can go to seed.com/thesqueeze and use code 25thesqueeze to get 25% off your first month. That's 25% off your first month of Seeds DS-01 Daily Symbiotic at seed.com/thesqueeze. Code 25thesqueeze. If you can spot a too good to be true health hack from a mile away and read labels like it's your job, well, congratulations, because you are a skeptic. And being a skeptic is honestly really important when it comes to finding a good multivitamin. That is why I have been taking Ritual's Essential for Women 18 and older for honestly probably like 6 months to a year now. I take it like every morning, and it's really nice because it has this like minty essence to it. And I do not like taking pills at all. So when I do take them, it's great. But taking Ritual's multivitamin is truly such an ease because the mint essence kind of helps my brain not think about the fact that I'm taking a pill. But these multivitamins for women 18 and older are clinically backed with high quality and traceable key ingredients in clean bioavailable forms. There is 9 key nutrients in 2 delayed release capsules per day that optimize your body's absorption. Something else that I love about Ritual is they are a female-founded B Corp, meaning they are holding themselves accountable to not just their company's financial health, but also the health of the people and our planet. No more shady business. Ritual's Essential for Women 18 and older is a multivitamin you can actually trust. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/thesqueeze. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18 and older to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/thesqueeze for 25% off. So we're fine in that department. Everything is clear. Ladies, check this as your reminder to do the self-examination in the shower. Make sure you're talking if it runs in your family. There's a lot of early screening that can happen. Something that scared me is breast cancer doesn't run in my family, but I've had a lot of cancer within my family. Yeah. So I think that's why I was also very scared. Yeah, that was kind of...
I think it's also just important for people to know, not as hard as it is, just to know that it is very normal for that to happen.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that it is something that it's actually not talked about, like how normal it is, like how much the tissue changes in there. My best friend, she had the same thing happen to her, and she was like, mine was fine. It was the same thing. So
I'm sure there's so many women like you that have had a similar experience where they freak out. And then imagine if we had to wait the, 2, 3, 4 weeks for the appointment.
Yeah.
Those would have been the worst 2, 3, 4 weeks of your life.
Yeah.
And I just can't, imagine anybody else going through that. So I just, it's important to take it seriously.
Yeah.
But also important to try and not jump to the worst, because it is a normal thing.
Yeah, it's very true. Okay, health scare number 2.
All right, number 2.
My body's been busy, folks. It's been busy doing some things. Okay, where do I start with this one?
Maybe just how you started feeling, and you notice that you were feeling a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know why. So I feel like that will give you a...
Yeah. Great. Okay, so basically a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month ago, it was like probably a month after this happened, I'd say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I found myself in a very depressive state. I was not wanting to get out of bed, like, period. I was not wanting to do any form of work. And I like love work because my work is this podcast and our Lemons merch, the foundation, like it's all stuff that I love. So it's normal for me to want to work.
Yes.
I did not want to work at all. I was just aimlessly scrolling, aimlessly watching Netflix. I was having really bad anxiety attacks. I started having one and ended up texting Taylor, and I was just laying in bed and I couldn't move and I was just crying. And he came and just like laid with me. So it was kind of a lot of that was going on. And I just did not feel like myself. I could not, like, it's been a long time since I've felt majority of these things all at once.
It'd been a long time since you had like a bad anxiety attack like that too.
Yeah.
Like it'd been quite some time. Like this was one of those where your chest feels like it's caving in. I've never had one nearly as bad as this, but it was, you know, it's one of those rough ones.
Yeah. Where I like literally couldn't move, and Taylor, like, it was just the support of him just laying in bed with me for like 30 minutes while I couldn't move. And I was really trying to figure out what was going on, and it was making me nervous as to why I was feeling like this, because I was feeling like I was in a good place. Our traveling had slowed down a little bit. There wasn't anything really big going on.
Back in the routine of life, home. Yeah.
There wasn't anything that was like daunting on me.
Yeah.
Come to find out that basically I've been on birth control for like 10 years. I've been on birth control for a very long time. And I realized that I had been off of my birth control for about like 3 weeks. And realized that everything that I was dealing with was all like hormonal based, actually.
But why were you off your birth control?
Yes. Basically, a lot of gynecologist stuff going on here. Basically, I don't know if this is for all females how birth control works. For mine, how it works is I get like a 3-month supply, you know, at CVS. Every 3 months, I'll get a new thing that has 3 months in it. And it'll just automatically renew. And so it's kind of hard for me to keep track, like when the prescription needs to be fulfilled by the gynecologist. And I had like clicked the thing for CVS to like refill it, whatever. And then this was while I was on my period, so there's no more pills to be taken. I wait a week. I'm like, oh, you know, I actually still haven't heard back. I wonder if it's there. I called and they were like, no, actually we don't have it. We sent an order to your OBGYN to refill it. So I called the office, or they said they sent it, and I was like, okay, great. Waited a few more days, still nothing. I called the office, and the receptionist was like, hey there, the 2 women that you've actually seen before, they both retired. I was like, great. She was like, we only have 1 male.
Retired.
Yes.
I literally just thought you said they both were tired.
Oh, no, they both retired.
Yes, I know what happens in this story, so I know that they retired.
Yes.
But I literally just was kind of dozing off, and I heard you say they both were tired.
No, you're the tired one. No, they both retired. I'm sure that they had lovely careers. They were both lovely women.
They probably retired because they were tired.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it's called retired. Anyways, so they retired. The receptionist is like, you can come see the other male doctor in here. He doesn't like to fulfill subscriptions unless you go and like actually see him. And I would just prefer not to see a male. Many of my friends see male gynecologists. I just would prefer not to. So I was like, you know, there's no other females in your office, ? She was like, no, there's not. You can call your insurance and get a recommendation off of where to go. And I was like, okay, great. I'll do that. In the meantime, can he just fulfill like 1 month so I can like get back on it and I can like, have time to figure out where I'm going to go? And she was like, yeah, let me see. That shouldn't be a problem. Like I'll send it through to him. So then I wait a few more days. It doesn't go through. He doesn't approve it. So by this time, it's been like 2.5 weeks, and I haven't noticed, but my hormones just, everything that I said I was experiencing, it was just like my world was actually turned upside down. Like I was absolutely unwell. My friends were like, what's wrong with you? Like, you guys probably can figure out the point of time, like on social media. I was like not posting anything. Like I was just like a shell of a human for a couple weeks there. And then one day, after all this happens, I haven't put much thought into getting new birth control because I was like, I'll figure this out. Like I'll figure out someone, go see a doctor. But for the meantime, I'm like brushing my teeth or doing my hair or something, and it literally just clicks in my brain. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm literally like withdrawing from this birth control because my hormones have been on this thing for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm just like freaking swinging like a pendulum. And it was, once I realized it, I like slightly felt better about it. But it was frustrating because there was like nothing I could do about it besides figure out how to get back on my birth control. But like,
at least you knew why it was happening.
Yeah.
Because that's a scary feeling when you just, all of a sudden you wake up one day and you just can't get out of bed.
Yeah.
Right? And you have no idea why. You just don't feel like working. You don't feel like doing anything. You don't even feel like getting out of bed. And that was multiple, that was like 3-4 days in a row for you.
Yeah.
Where, I would just like, you'd be texting me from the bedroom.
Yeah.
And I knew she was not having a good day. And I let it go on a few days where I'm like, okay, I'll just let her not have a good day because we all have that, and you'll get through it. But it's a scary feeling when you don't know why all of a sudden you're feeling that way.
Yeah. And I think too, what scared me was I hadn't felt those feelings in so long, and it made me feel like I had like regressed in all of the work that I've done. And I was like, I really don't want to be back in this place that, I was a couple of years ago.
Right.
But once we figured that out, we then, full circle moment of why my lump on my breast was somewhat helpful. I reached out to the gynecologist that I got put into contact with to go to, that then recommended me to the breast center.
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to her because, I'd asked a couple friends, they all see male doctors, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to find a female. And then I ended up just reaching out to her, and I was like, hey, I need this prescription filled. And she literally within minutes, I had an alert from CVS that the prescription had been filled.
She didn't even text you back.
She didn't text me back.
She never even responded to you. It just showed up.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So if anything, that saved me a lot. That was my one positive from my lump was that I gained that, and that was able to help solve the problem. I'm so optimistic. It's annoying, but
well, again, another thing I feel like for females to just know ahead of time is the effect that that can have.
I had never heard of this before. Like, obviously, I hear your hormones change when actually I don't even think I've talked about it with my friends when they go off their birth control to like get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've actually talked about how they feel or their hormones before.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing for us to learn because when that time comes, I
be prepared.
Need to clear my schedule. Just be prepared to not feel the best. And I think going at it with a different mindset and, taking supplements that may help or like actually being prepared, not just going into it blindly.
Yeah, because if you know that your body is going to go through that and you know why it is, it's a lot less scary.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's plenty of you listening right now that are like, yeah, I had a very similar experience.
Yeah.
And it's like that first time sucks, but the next time something like that happens, at least you will be aware of what's going on.
Yeah. No, it's so true.
There's nothing wrong with you. It's like
Yeah.
hormones.
Yeah. Which is just so crazy that your hormones can literally do that.
They certainly can.
But yeah, safe to say I'm back on my birth control now. I am feeling better than ever.
There we go.
Yeah, I actually do feel like myself again, which is nice. My girlfriends, we went out to dinner and I was like, I'm unwell. And they were like, whoa.
That was during it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope. You are my healthy girl.
Healthy in all ways. We're lumpy, but we're healthy.
All right. There we go. Do not make that the title of this episode. Lumpy and healthy. No,
Healthy and lumpy.
don't even think about it.
That's good. You threw up a story.
I did throw up a story. Should I peek at that?
Yeah.
Okay. I threw up a story in case you follow me on Instagram. If you don't, it's at Taylor Lautner. That's at Taylor Lautner. Make sure to like, comment, and engage and stuff.
Click his links.
Yeah. Click my links.
Swipe up.
But yeah, I put up a story saying that we were going to do a solo episode, which hopefully was very exciting because we haven't done one in 19 years. And I asked for any questions or if anybody needed any advice. So I'm going to pull that up and see if anybody responded. Let's see. Okay.
Oh.
Here we go. Can you give me your WhatsApp number, please? Love you, but gonna go with.
Have a WhatsApp.
I know. Sorry, I would, but don't have one. Where have you been, Loca? Right here on the squeeze. Where have you been, Loca?
Make sure you subscribe or you follow to our channel, however you're listening to this. Side note, so that you don't miss out.
Wow, you really just slipped that in there.
I did.
Okay.
I just thought about it.
I love it. What can I do if my parents don't believe anxiety or depression exists, but I deal with it in secret? It's a great question.
I feel like this is a very common thing because our generation is kind of the first one to talk about these things. And I remember when...
I don't know about first, but just more so.
Openly talk about it the way that we are talking about it now.
Yeah.
But I remember when we first started, my parents, when we first started to have these open conversations about mental health, my parents, in the way they were raised, they were like, well, they didn't say this. So why don't they just toughen up or put a Band-Aid over it? They didn't say that, but something along those lines of what our parents would say.
Yeah.
Because that's how they were raised.
Yeah.
And it's well, no, actually,
it's
that
just
only
a
makes
mindset.
it worse.
It's a mindset.
Yeah.
Make it go away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is I feel for you because it's a difficult topic. Is what do you do if your parents don't believe that they are real things, yet you are living with them on a daily basis? Any advice there?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you feel like the door is open and you're comfortable trying to have that conversation with them slowly but surely, yes. If you don't feel comfortable or you don't feel safe having that conversation with them, I would say find someone that you do feel comfortable having that conversation with, whether it's another family member, a friend, school counselor, a therapist, just to have someone that can give you support. Because I think, that's what a lot of us lean on our parents for, is support. And if they are unable to give that to you, then I would say try to find that support somewhere else, because having community and support when it comes to mental health is really important.
Yeah. Or what if they are telling their parents that they deal with this, but their parents are actively saying to them that they don't believe that's a real thing? If that's the case, then I would either, just say, I understand that we grew up in different times, so I respect that you believe that. All I can ask for is that you respect that I am telling you, I do feel this way. And I mean, if you want, I don't know if you'd want to do this, but if you'd want to find a couple studies, like, go, do some research from, some very smart people. Like go on Dr. Amon's website and just take some studies that he has done, and Dr. Amon's just one example.
Yeah.
But I'd like, take some videos, take some studies, and maybe, say, like, if you ever are curious more about how, this is a real thing, here's a couple articles for you to read, but no pressure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Just make sure that, if they're not making you feel validated, don't keep going back if they're not going to change, because it's only going to make you feel worse. Make sure you find that support somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then once you feel more comfortable, circle back to your parents and have that conversation with them again, so you have a better footing on it.
There we go. Mm-hmm. Love that. Any tips on communication skills for your relationship?
Communication. Tips would be nice. In the sense of when Taylor and I communicate, if we're fighting and we're like talking about something, I try to make it a thing to never actively like make you feel bad. Mm-hmm. Like, come at it more of, this is how I'm feeling, not making it like, not trying to make you feel bad.
The goal, I feel like the goal is to be able to be honest without being aggressive or judgmental, mm-hmm. or passive aggressive.
Yeah.
You need to be honest, and you both need to be honest.
Yeah.
With one another, but in not an aggressive way, and not a passive aggressive way, and not a judgmental way.
Yeah. When we talk, it's always, share how you're feeling. Because like, I know, maybe something Taylor said hurt my feelings, but I know his intention behind it wasn't that. And, saying, when you said this, it made me feel this way, and not being like, you're so mean, how could you do this? Like, not making it more of a finger pointing, more of a, here is how I'm feeling.
And if you are on the listening side to that conversation, you should be able to separate yourself from what you believe to be right and what the person you love is feeling like. Mm-hmm. That is the goal. If we have a disagreement and Tay says, when you did this, it made me feel like this, I could in my mind go, well, that's freaking bullcrap. You shouldn't feel that way.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean it that way, so you shouldn't feel that way. You're wrong. I could genuinely be thinking that in the back of my head.
Yeah.
But where you want to get to as the listener, on that side, is think that and disagree, but then take a step away from it and go, I love this person.
Yeah.
I care about this person. And I do believe that they felt that way. So whether I think they should feel that way or not, they do. And I don't want them feeling that way. So I'm going to, apologize, or I'm going to try and next time alter, how I go about things.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're like on the listening end, I think acknowledge or apologize, whichever you feel. If your intention behind it was different than how they took it, I think that's when you can explain what your intention behind whatever you said or did was. And then lastly, you can say, how would you like me to do it differently? If it was something that was said, or, next time, would you rather me do this? Next time, what would make you feel better about that?
Yeah.
And just getting the other person's opinion, because, it could be as simple as, I would just like you to, I don't know, text me when you get to wherever you're going. Yeah. And then problem solved, So it's something that could very easily be changed, but having that open line of communication is important.
Yeah.
Of safety.
Great.
Okay, so you guys know that Taylor and I have been getting back into our gym routine. We kind of slacked off a little bit. We were getting prepped for hot girl summer, kind of missed the mark, but it's never too late for hot girl summer because there's such thing as hot girl fall and winter and spring. But we've been working out a lot more, walking a lot more. We love walking the dogs. I feel like it's nice. We can walk them early in the morning, late at night, because that's kind of when it's the coolest, but it's like that nice weather that is just nice to walk out in a t-shirt and shorts when it's nighttime. But we've been walking a lot more and working out, and I've kind of gone through a couple pairs of shoes that I just haven't been happy with. But I recently tried these Vionic tennis shoes. It's the model that it is their Walk Max lace-up sneaker. Guys, I have been loving this shoe, which is hard for me to say because I feel like I'm very picky with the shoes that I work out in, especially that I walk in, because I do a lot of walking. We walk the dogs twice a day. We love to go on hikes. I love like exploring places. So walking and being comfortable is a huge, huge, huge must for us. If you guys haven't heard of Vionic yet, you guys need to go check out their website. Like right now, click the link and go check out their website and shop. They have some of the cutest shoes. They don't just have walking shoes. They have really cute slip-ons, some sandals that are just actually made comfortable. And comfortable shoes are something that is truly so important. And I feel like when my feet are comfy, my mood is just better. It's great. So go check them out. You can use code SQUEEZE at checkout for 15% off your entire order at www.vionicshoes.com. When you log into your account, one-time use only. That's Vionic Shoes, www.vionicshoes.com. And you can use code SQUEEZE for 15% off.
I'm going to ask you this one.
Okay.
Because I did not go through my senior year of high school in school. So I am entering my senior year of high school. Any advice on how to get through it? Would you have any advice on your senior year of high school?
You got through 3, you can get through 1 more. No. I mean, honestly, just do what makes you happy. I feel like my senior year, I just did not give a flying hoot of what people thought. And
that went well.
I mean, if you're prepared to have opinions said about you and you just, if you're happy and doing what you love, great. Hang out with the people that make you happy, that make you a better person. Like do the things that, if someone's teasing you because you're doing an activity, an after school activity that isn't cool, but you love it, do it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you, how different like things are when you're out of high school. Like I'm almost 10 years out of high school.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
But it's hard to know that when you're in the moment because I was even given that advice when I was in it. And I was like, no, like this is actually
this is all that matters.
This is actually it.
I know.
And yeah, I think just focusing on the things like that's the time to like figure out the things that you love and like your friends that you love. And, I have friends that don't talk to a single person that I went to high school with. There's people like me where I have a few friends that I still talk to. And then, there's people that only talk to people that I went to high school with. So there's so many different ways that can kind of play out.
If you were asking me this question, even though I can't talk towards my senior year, but just high school in general, I would just like to reiterate that as difficult as it is to believe this when you're in it, I promise you from the outside, I promise you, the outside world and life after high school will make you look back at high school and people during high school and what was cool and what wasn't, and you will go, wow.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck were people thinking?
Yeah.
Like, I look back at some of the most popular, coolest people in high school that all I wanted, I would have done anything to be friends with them. I never was because I wasn't cool enough. But I would have done anything. And I look at most of them today, and you really just have to stay on your own path in whatever you believe in. Just
Whatever makes you happy, enjoy that time. That's the last time you really have to be carefree, I feel like.
Yeah. How can I learn to cook like Taylor?
Live by yourself for
Funny you should
years.
ask. I know. I wish I had an answer for you. I lived by myself for a while, and cooking was what I did. I never have been taught by anybody. I really haven't even watched videos online other than actual recipes. But yeah, I've just played with it over the years.
Yeah.
And it's so therapeutic to me, and I love it. So I would just say, just start cooking, and look up some recipes online that sound good, and
Flavors that you like, dishes that you like.
Yeah, it's so much fun to me, but I have no idea what I'm doing, is the truth.
Yeah. I feel like once you understand flavors that you like, it's easier than most think, because you just throw the flavors on that you like, and it's, at least you'll enjoy it there.
Yes. What is the easiest way to calm down anxiety without stress toys or stuff like that?
Easiest thing for me would be go sitting outside, in the sun, or walking. I feel like whenever I am just sitting on my laptop for too long and working and just starting to feel overwhelmed, going and I lay on our cement, on the ground outside for 10 minutes and just lay in the sun. And I feel like that is nice.
Hey, grounding is a real thing.
Yeah. No, I literally lay on the ground. I'm as grounded as you can.
Yeah.
As you can be. That definitely helps me. Sometimes if I need to, I'll I feel like sometimes my brain, there's just I'm thinking of all of these things at once, even though I'm focused on doing something. There's 17 other thoughts that are going on of things I have to do. And so what I will do is I'll have a notebook by me all the time, or I'll have a tab open on my laptop, and I'll write down every thought that I have that comes up. I'll write it down so that I know I can, metaphorically, I'm removing it from my mind, and it's going onto the paper, and I know it will be done, but I don't have to consciously try to remember it and think about it. I'm oh, the laundry needs to be done, or I have to call this person, make this appointment. It'll come to my brain, and I'll write it down so that I know that it's there and it doesn't have to live in my mind. So I can be okay, what do I have to do? And I can refer to my list instead of having to keep the list in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my two anxiety solvers.
Those are great.
Thanks.
I'm not going to read this full question, but there is a question in here about someone contemplating harming themselves. And I just wanted to say that, first of all, as difficult as it is to believe when you are in this deep, dark, wave of life, it's so tough to believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel. But I promise you there is. We all are walking examples of people who have been so sad and confused in life, not knowing when we are going to get above water. And we are. So I promise you, first of all, from us, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So just keep going. Don't give up. And I also would encourage you, as difficult as it is, to be honest about your feelings. There's nothing to be ashamed of with how you're feeling. And it's so important, and it is going to help you find that light if you just start talking about it to anyone, a friend, a family member. I know that's a tough conversation to start, but I promise you it will be the first block for you to step on that will show you the way to that light. And then, of course, there is the hotlines and resources that I would also encourage you to reach out to. You can text 988. We
have a lot of links on our Lemons by Tay website, which the website's linked down below in the description. If you go to our resource page, there is a lot of resources there. But I was going to also add how important it is telling someone. And if you don't feel like you can verbally say it, write a loved one, write it down and give that
That's great.
letter to a loved one asking for help.
Yeah.
Because it can be scary getting those words out, but it needs to be said, and you will be met with so much love and support.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no shame in doing that. It is a very, very strong and very brave thing to be able to speak about that.
Yeah.
It is not weak. And just know that you have two Taylors that love you very much. So thank you for sharing that, and we love you. I think that's maybe a good segue to the thing we wanted to close with.
Yeah.
Which is the birthday story.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell our listeners a little story?
Yeah. We recently were celebrating our friend's birthday. Just a small group of us. I think there was like 6, 7 of us had dinner at a friend's house. And they have this tradition where we go around, everyone that's there goes around and says, a nice thing about that person, something they love about them, a reason why they appreciate them.
The impact that person has had on each person's life.
Yeah. And, we all went around, we were all crying. It was just like such a special moment.
It was beautiful.
And it comes back around to our friend who is his birthday, and he's just kind of like sitting there, and he's like, it's kind of crazy. The only time like a lot of this stuff is ever really said is at a funeral. And me hearing this now today, like I feel so loved, and it's such a good reminder to make sure to tell those people that you love them, that you appreciate them, because it's true. And all of us were kind of like taken back by him saying that.
Whoa, because he was so emotional with everything that everyone was saying, and he also just was like, he just realized, he was like, what? He's like, what a gift and what a blessing this is for me to be able to hear this. Yeah. Those are the most beautiful words said about me from, 5 or 6 people that I love so much. And most people don't get told those things.
Yeah.
And he's like, honestly, the only time, like, most people go into those details of memories and what the person means to their life, is after they pass. And he's like, that should not happen.
Yeah.
So I think it was just an incredible reminder for us, at least, to not wait to tell someone you love them, tell someone what they mean to you, tell someone the impact they've had on your life, how they've made you a better person, what you think of when you think of them. Don't wait for that unfortunate phone call or, Instagram post or whatever it is to, let that person know what they mean to you.
Yeah. So our challenge for you today, Lemon Drops, is after this episode, text or call someone and tell them how much you love them and how much you appreciate them. Because it's so important, and receiving texts like that is so sweet, but also sending those types of texts. I feel like it does more for the person that's doing the action than receiving it. So that's our little challenge for you guys listening today. And we should do that. I love and appreciate you, honey.
Love and appreciate you.
But we should both actually text someone.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll do it with you guys. But thanks for listening again. You guys have just been amazing and so loving to us and so kind with the past few episodes that we've had. They've been some big ones, but thanks for supporting us and thanks for always being here.
We just love our Lemon Drop community more than you know.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't exist without you. So thank you. And if you or a loved one or anyone you know are considering harming yourself, please start talking about it. Write the letter, the text, whatever it is. Remember, the light is at the end of the tunnel. I promise you. And go on Lemons by Tay for additional resources.
Yeah. And if you're looking to watch something for some more encouragement, scroll back and watch our Kevin Hines episode because he
Amen.
He is an amazing man, and he tried to take his life and lived through it and is here to tell the tale of life is worth living, man.
Yeah.
So, we love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.